What matters the most at this moment? Well, it may be your mood. We'll talk about that in a moment. But when you're working at home, it could be, you know what? I want to read this great magazine about the Rat Pack. Or maybe you're buckling down and working harder than you ever have. I find that's the case for me. When I'm working at home, I'm so much more intense on my tasks. But today, let's dive in a little bit about our moods, high and low, because we all have them. And a change of moods is just a sign of being human. Donald Laird, in his book, The Technique of Building Personal Leadership, recounts the experiences of some of his clients who struggled really with their moods and how it affected them professionally. And one story is quite interesting. He had an individual who blew up at just some minor bad news. But later, weeks later, when he was in a good mood, he received what really should have been devastating news. And he goes, well, there you have it. There's only one way to go from here, and it's up. So let's get down to brass tacks. When is the best time for you to make a sale? My answer would be right after you've just made a sale. Yep. Your confidence is going to be higher. You're not going to have that sense of need behind you driving you, which clients, or prospective clients, I should say, are going to smell a mile away. So when do you want to do it? You want to leverage your mood right after you made a sale. And speaking of moods, one of our most beloved and perhaps famous presidents, Abraham Lincoln, suffered bouts of depression when he was down for weeks at a time, so much so that they had him under observation to make sure he didn't hurt himself. When he gave the Gettysburg Address, he was in a down mood, and subsequently he felt that the speech was terrible and forgettable. Well, history has taught us something quite different. The shift from optimism to pessimism doesn't happen overnight or in a moment. In fact, it's so slow, we don't realize it until we find ourselves in darkness and despair. And that reminds me of a plaque that hangs in our home. It's my wife's plaque, and it reads, "Pray hardest when it's hardest to pray." I would modify that for your office to read, "Work hardest when it's hardest to work." We have so many distractions around us with the coronavirus pandemic, economic uncertainty globally, and even in your own life. And that's the time when we want to really apply ourselves and focus, because these are the moments where we can really find ourselves bringing about our own economic security due to our work ethic and our dedication. To be moody is human. I like to make my sales calls immediately after exercising because, you can probably guess it, my endorphins are high and I'm feeling energized and confident. What works for you? It could be different. Perhaps a good way to figure that out is to keep a diary or a journal of when you're feeling up and when you're feeling down and what it is you accomplished during that given day. And when you're feeling like you just don't have the muster to complete the task, you can go back and see that you did accomplish much even on the days when you were at your lowest. Perhaps you know a reverse mortgage professional out there who could benefit from today's episode. Would you do me a favor and share this episode by using the social media links on this page? And if you're on YouTube, you can make sure you never miss an upcoming episode by subscribing to our channel. Have a great weekend, and I'm going to get back to a little bit of leisure time. I don't have much today, but I will be getting to this at least this evening. Have a great day.